What's going on for the dough? It's me, Tommy T, and we have
Sunshine in the building.
Sunshine. Oh, why they call you that? Is that your real nickname, like when you was growing up?
My real nickname, yes.
Because you smiled all the time?
Yes.
I got that. I
Always
got
bring
that.
ups.
That's good.
Sunshine.
So we gonna touch on a couple of things today, and I want to touch on the economy. As far as when we was younger to what it is now. Now back in our days, when we was younger, rent was what for a 2-bedroom, maybe $600, right?
Yes.
So now is what down to
1,500, 1,700.
Yeah. So how
up to 2,500.
So it's like you remember when you can talk trash, like, well, I'm gonna get my own place, and you go get your own place. Your parents didn't mind. Now kids can't even talk trash because they, I mean, nobody gonna afford no $1,500 and then have money to go hang out and have fun, and then you got to buy food, then you got all this other expense.
Right. And the best thing that I found that everybody should do, well, you got to help one another. Everybody is against each other, and the family needs to come back together.
Yeah.
And buy a property together, move in together, have more of you. Like I said, when it comes to family, everybody's scared one gonna have more than the other. We're jealous of each other.
Yeah.
And we have to come together as a family. Go back to that generational wealth. Build up your money, build up your savings account. And like I said, just do what you want to do, but you gotta put your money up first. Help each other out first. Help the family out.
Yeah.
And then you'll have more. But everybody being so greedy and everybody just wanna, this for me, this is mine only. I'm not gonna share with nobody. And that's why we ain't got nothing. That's why most of us don't have a lot of things, because we're selfish. We don't want to share with each other.
You know who good at doing that? As far as sharing, and everybody stand in the room until one get older and they got the money to go. They go out and buy them a place or whatever. Hispanics.
Yes.
Even now when we was growing up, we always everybody talked about Hispanics. They was the jokes.
Right.
The joke of the day was how many stayed in the house and how many was getting out of a car.
Right.
You fast forward that to now, we like, I wish there was some people that could help stay in the house so we can split this rent up.
Right.
Or we all share one car.
Exactly. And I also seen another right through that
seen another who?
Some like Chinese and stuff like that.
Okay.
They there's one particular house, they call it the family house.
Okay.
They all live in one house. It's probably like 20 people in one house.
Okay.
It's like a mansion. It is a mansion. It's really huge. It's right off 52nd Street.
Oh, it's here?
Yes, right off 52nd Street.
Okay.
It's like 20. What they do is they grow up, they get grown. They all get their money, whatever they make, to their parents.
Okay.
And then once they ready to get out the house, they got money to buy their own
the parents
home.
give it all to them.
Exactly. They give it right back.
It's basically, by you living here, you have no want for anything.
Right.
Because I'm feeding you, I'm clothing you. So all you gotta do is put your money up and get your car, your house. Now you move out. Now we go with the next one.
Exactly.
And that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, that's when you got family helping family.
Right. And then some people, when some of the kids get grown, especially when the men grow up, some other people look down on you. Why is your grown son living with you?
Yeah.
And because you're helping each other out. That's what it's all about. It's not like they grown, they got to move out your house. Some people believe because the man is grown, they got to move out your house.
Well, and that's in the black community.
My house always open to my kids. I don't care if you're 100 years old, it's open to
But that was always in the black community, because I always remember when we was young, it was always when you're 18, you got to get out. 18, you got to get out. Right. So as a black man growing up, that was our thing. 18, I got to figure out I got to get out.
Exactly.
And that's what the black community stuck with. But it was nobody else that stuck with that.
Right. And then the child, you grow up and get 18, they throw you out the house, kick you out the house, saying, oh, you 18 now, you grown, figure it out.
Yeah.
No, you want to teach your kids. You don't want to just...
Yeah. But I put a lot of this on the government. And the reason I say that, I remember when I stayed in South Central LA, it was back in the 80s, when they first came out with that if you're getting abused, call the abuse hotline.
Right.
The 911, and they'll come get your parent.
Right.
That's where parents start losing a little bit of control on how they was gonna get on these kids, discipline these kids.
Right.
Then they came out, okay, timeout. Timeout don't even work because now, I mean, even though timeout was for the white community, I mean, you still got them doing terrorist shit. They shooting people, mass shootings.
Right.
Still cussing out their parents.
Right. And then they don't want us to hit our kids when they're younger, but we're not abusing our children. That's how I was growing up.
We disciplining them. That's discipline.
My dad spanked me, but I'm glad he did because he did.
Oh, yeah.
It's called tough love.
Yep.
Which they don't want us to give tough love.
Yeah.
It's like when my son was younger, he was in kindergarten, and he was talking smart back. He was 5 years old, and I said, you know, you're going to be in trouble. He said, my teacher told me if my parents hit me to call 911. That's what they're taught in school.
Yep.
No, we're not abusing our children. We're keeping you from going to jail. We're going to discipline you the right way.
But the government don't want you to do that.
Right.
The government want them to go to jail. That's why they got so many prisons.
Right.
See, look, a lot of people don't know. A lot of these prisons get paid depending on where it is, $20,000 to $40,000 a year to house inmates.
Right.
So the more people come to my prison, the more money we get.
Right.
It's the taxpayers' money that's paying to house them.
Right.
You know, but a lot of people not thinking like that.
Right.
So go ahead.
You teach your kid would you teach them in a home? It's like I told my son when he was growing up. I have 4 sons and 1 daughter, and I taught my sons that you have to listen at home first, listen to the rules at home, because you're gonna go out there and follow the law. It's the same thing when you go outside the house. If you follow the rules inside the home, you're gonna follow the law out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you. You're gonna be not in and out of jail.
And you know,
I was blessed. I was fortunate that none of my kids ever went to jail. That's a big blessing.
You know,
that's a big blessing.
I think, like I said, we all got a whooping when we was growing up, but I think the thing that really scared me most, because I mean, I know I didn't done it. I didn't did it from this to that. You know, I ain't gonna say I was sitting here. I was no good kid. I did bad stuff. I just didn't get caught.
Right.
So it was a blessing of God that I didn't get caught to have doing in prison time for certain stuff.
Exactly.
But 2, I didn't want to discipline my. I didn't want to have my mom look bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people be looking down, like, man, your son did this, and then my mom felt a certain way. Like I know I raised you better than that. You know. And
my I was fortunate to grow up in a two-parent home, and one thing our parents taught 10 children.
Yeah.
To put God first, your family next, and then education. And that's because my parents, they went to I think my dad was probably junior high.
Yeah.
And my mom, I think she did like some high school. But all they taught us back then was, all I want to see for all my children to have is their high school diploma.
Yeah.
Back then it wasn't college. They were saying, I want a high school diploma for everyone.
And you know what?
And we all made sure we gave them that.
And that changed.
Right.
No, what I mean by that is when you and I went to school, right? For you to get a job at McDonald's anywhere, you had to have a high school diploma.
Right.
You couldn't even apply for a job without
a high school. Right.
But now
you can.
You don't need it. You didn't even got to finish school to get a job.
Exactly.
You just had to be up in age.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that's teaching them to say, okay, let me strive for this diploma. You know, and all it is setting the young fella up for failure.
Yeah.
And they're not understanding that. You know, they think it's like they taking cursive out of the schools.
Right. Yeah.
Cursive out of the schools. Mm-hmm. Don't you need to know how to sign your name if you're a basketball, football player, or even though I know they're doing away with the checks. But still, if you get a check from somewhere, you still got to sign your name.
Yeah.
So you just can't get a check and print your name.
Right. And it's all this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, the world is crazy. People are getting crazy because this is what they're doing to us. We're trying to stay away from the negative and be positive, be a positive influence to our children. And you're right, the corruption in the world is taken away from that, and they're not getting the proper training they need.
Yeah. And I can say, I'm gonna just say America. It's designed. It's designed for I ain't even gonna say poor. I'm gonna say from middle down. It's designed for us to fail. Period. Now, if you got money, you know, it's designed for you to do what you have to do.
Right.
But just like I went to Cayman Island, right? Cayman Island have no taxes over there. So when you go to work, whatever you get, that's your check. You know, it ain't no taxes. Here, everything taxed. They want to tax everything.
Yes.
You buy a home, you can say, yeah, that's my home. But I still want winter and summer taxes on that house.
Yeah.
Even though you got it paid for, you still got to pay them winter, summer, and winter taxes. Yeah. Now, if you don't pay your winter and summer taxes on that house, government coming and they gonna take your house.
Snatch it away from you.
So it's really not yours.
Right.
It's you paid for it, but it's not yours. Because it ain't. Yeah. And then people say, well, I got land, but if you gotta pay taxes on that land,
yes,
it's not. It's your land to a certain extent.
Right.
Because if you don't pay that taxes, the landlord coming and get that land. He gonna come and get that land, so it's not yours. And you know, and the thing is, like, if you go buy a pair of pants, yeah, it got taxes, but you ain't got to worry about putting no more money on the pants. But everything else, it's got taxes on it. You can even say your car, like, yeah, my car's paid off. Yeah, but you need insurance, you need tags to drive it.
Exactly.
If you ain't got it, you cannot drive it.
You ain't got it.
It's the government. The government gonna make sure they stay in your pocket, and that's the killing thing about it.
Right.
Then they using y'all tax money to do what they feel that's right. You know, like certain you go to certain places in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where you still got potholes or the roads toe up.
Right.
And you're like, okay, we giving to the taxes for the roads. Why this ain't fixed?
And
because they doing other stuff with it.
And they losing houses left and right, and that's why we see every corner there's homeless people.
Yeah.
You see people on the street begging for money, and like I said, they don't have anywhere to live because you're gonna say, why are these people homeless? And you think about it, because they have been employed, but now they're no longer employed, and you don't know. That's why you can't judge anybody, because you never know. Okay, it's like if you got right now, if you had a big old house, a big old mansion, it's not all about that, because God will give it to you and He'll snatch it away. Because we're not. Again, I'm going back to what I said earlier. A lot of people want to be selfish, and they don't want to give nothing back to nobody because they're afraid somebody's gonna have more than what they have.
That's true.
Then He'll give it to you and snatch it right away.
Yep. So now, next thing, because we're almost to your destination. Anybody you want to say hi, bye to, give a shout out to? Anything? You want to say bye to anybody? We're almost to your destination.
Oh, okay. See you later. It was good talking to everybody.
All right.
I enjoyed this ride.